It's a nice day in Cape Town. The kids are out, the parents, the friends, everybody's having a very good time. We are at the Lifestyle Adventure Show that we promised you about earlier on Ekse. My name is Llama. Welcome to it. Namhlanje, it's all about lifestyle, the food, the adventure, health living, where you can go, what you can find in Cape Town specifically. If you love adventure, what bikes you can use to do when you're traveling, what boots, what tires you need for your car, okanye canopies that you can hang your surfboards on. This is the place to be. Ba ungumdo othanda adventure. You're not here today, do not worry. Ekse has you covered. It's going to be a bloody good time. Welcome to Channel 263. Ekse is the name of the show, Channel 263. Ekse_live on Twitter, on Facebook, it's Ekse. On Cape Town TV, follow me around. It's gonna be a very, very good time. Yes.
I make love to you.
Yes.
That you want me
That
to.
is right.
It's a boy band. It's a boy band. Have you ever seen chocolate look this good on TV?
Never,
Never, ever. The name of the show is Ekse. We're taking you all the way till 5 p.m. It's a boys' lounge, baby, so hold tight to your girlfriend, if I might just say. My name is Reezah, Forbes. It's good to be back, and I'm with these lovely gentlemen over here.
What have you been talking us about being back?
I've been gone, you know. I have non-support to pay.
Oh
Court.
my
I've been in court.
word. Well, guys, inkubo yethu sonke, taking all the way up until 5 p.m. It's absolutely going to be an amazing show. We're talking all things science namhlanje. Very interesting. We have amazing competitions that we're running on the show. And the first one competition that we're running is, of course, the African Fashion International, taking place this weekend between the 11th and the 13th of April. We're giving away 4 double tickets to you and your friends out there so that you can attend and be among the best of the best designers on the land. If you'd like to attend and win those tickets, all you have to do, go to their website, screen grab the website, and of course go to our Facebook page at Ekse on Cape Town TV, like and share the Facebook page, and of course go to the post that tells you about how you can win the competition and comment with that screen grab, and of course tell us which designer, African designer, you're looking forward to seeing on the day, and you might walk away with those double tickets.
Oh yes, that is right. You also have a stunning competition. We have 1 double ticket where you could win at a competition.
Comedy.
Night. Show called Isivana in Kailicha. So all you got to do is to like our Facebook page, share it as well. Tell us as well which comedian you are looking forward to seeing, and who knows, those double tickets could be yours. Go like, go share, go Google Isivana, go see what comedians are there. Comment with your favorite comedian. Easy as that.
Yes. So many competition. Ekse actually loves you guys so much.
Yeah.
So do enter. Also on the show we have Dr Fanelwa with her experiments. She's always kind enough to share experience with us. We appreciate you so much.
Of course, man. And speaking about doctors, you know how we like to give you that dish of entertainment and education as well, man. We're sitting down with Dr. Janion-Scheepers, who is actually a terrestrial ecologist and also an invertebrate physiologist. Now, if you're wondering what all this ologist is doing on your screen, she's basically a researcher at a museum for insects, and she's going to talk to us, tell us more about how they're important for nature and how we can preserve them, how we can take care of them instead of buying those 5 liters of doom, you know, to put them out.
I was literally about to say that maybe you can't kill them,
Yeah.
so she'll educate us more.
Yeah, I'm so very excited to have her on the show. And we're also going to take a look at what went down when Llama went to Iziko Museum to learn more about insect spice and how they are collected. That was a very interesting thing to see. Llama learning more about insect and science.
Of course.
TV presenters.
And not only that, I mean,
scientists.
Ekse, we bring you all the flavor, we bring you all the fireworks
That's
and
true.
things like that. So tomorrow's show, we're speaking about all things racism. So if it is that you have been a victim of racism, or you know anyone who has been a victim of racism, you can also then tune into tomorrow's show. We'll be discussing those topics, and you can see and actually learn how to deal with it better and how not to be a racist yourself.
Definitely we do give you some pointers on how to actually fight this, and hopefully slowly but surely we'll find a cure for this disease.
That's a very interesting thing, man. Ekse is all about edutainment, and Friday it's a music show.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
Friday. And guess what? We have a lip sync battle again, back right here on Ekse. So tell us on Facebook and of course on Twitter at Ekse_live and Facebook at Ekse on Cape Town TV. Which songs would you like our presenters to perform on Friday?
Exactly.
of
And that's
course-
local songs, yeah?
Yeah, local song.
local.
Any local song. But people so dumo, but from my USB, EU.
Two lyrics in one song. So.
Of course, man.
Oh my God.
Maybe I'll be singing the Mapincha song. I don't know. I just feel like, beat it.
No, that's not my picture song.
Oh.
Does he even have a song?
I don't know. I
Khona
don't know.
ingane la endlini.
Yes, man, and obviously make sure to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we're Ekse on Cape Town TV, and on Twitter, we are at Ekse_live. So make sure you go follow us on all our socials. Also, ons het 'n YouTube channel up and running. Where you die Afrikaans nou in. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and you can check out your favorite episodes that you have missed, and you want to watch it again or relive it again as well. Shoot, that Afrikaans was.
Africans was nice. Well, if you want to see more of this chocolate, a lot is happening. But right now, let's check out some science news with Melikaya.
Honorable Menikaya.
Honorable.
Take it
Yeah.
away.
Mandinamkele kwidesika yendaba zenzululwazi nobuchwepheshe ndibulele nakuni maqela apho. Ophethe isebe lezenzululwazi nobuchwepheshe kweli loMzantsi Afrika umphathiswa uMamuloko Khubane Ngubane uchaze ukusutywa kukufa kukagqirha uSydney Brenner owanceda ekuzeni nenkcazelo ephangeleleyo kwikhodi yezofuzo njengelahleko enkulu ingakumbi kwicandelo lezenzululwazi. Ugqirha uBrenner uchazwe njengomntu obenika inkuthazo enentliziyo yokuncama kwaye kuthanda kakhulu ukwenza uphando nzulu ngezenzululwazi. Unxwano lwakhe lolwazi ibingelolwakhe kuphela ebebandakanya nabanye abantu kwaye lelokwenza umhlaba ebe yindawo engcono yokuhlala abantu bonke. uBrenner inzalelwane yakweli obeyibiologist ebebizwa ngokuba uyi-enfant terrible of molecular biology ngabaphandi bezenzululwazi nobuxhakaxhaka kuba wayehamba phambili ngolwazi lakhe lwe-molecular biology revolution ixeshikweni kuphela i-20th century. uBrenner usutywe kukufa ngolwesihlanu ogqithileyo eminyaka engama-92 92 years. Inqaku lesibini, inkampani eyamaniswa noGoogle izoqala ukuthutha ukutya kunye nezinye impahla ezincinci ngokusesikweni kubahlali baseCanberra emveni kokuba inikwe imvume ngabaphethe inqwelomoya kwilizwe lase-Australia. Le nkampani ye-drones isuka kwinkampani ebizwa ukuba yi-Alphabet engunozala kaGoogle kwaye kuselithutyana elingangenyanga ezingama-80 ithutha ukutya, kodwa ngoku izokwazi ukuthutha rhoqo. Le nkampani ibisele ithutha ukutya neziselo zothoba unxano, amayeza asekhemesti kunye nekofo eyenziwe kwakwesixeko saseCanberra. Inqaku lesithathu nelilogqibela namhlanje, iqela lezenzululwazi abaseze ngobuso ezweni lizophakamisa laphezulu iflegi yeli loMzantsi Afrika xa beza kuba bemele ilizwe lethu kwi-2019 Kenya Science and Engineering Fair, nonguwona msitho wezenzululwazi umkhulu kwizwekazi iAfrika. Eli qela lizothabatha inxaxheba kulo msitho kule veki isikuyo uyokutsho ngolwesihlanu eNairobi eKenya, lonyulwe ukuba limele uMzantsi Afrika kwi-Eskom Expo. Othethela i-Eskom Expo umnumzana Pathichethi uthe i-Eskom Expo isaqhuba ekunikezeni iqonga namathuba kwinzululwazi ezisakhasayo ukuze ziphuhlise izakhono zazo. Umnumzana uChethi weleke ngelithi kwangaphambili abafundi beli bebekonwabela ukuhlala kwabo eKenya kuba bafumana ithuba lokwabelana ngezinto ezinje ngezithethe zabo ezahlukeneyo, amava kunye neendawo abaphuma kuzo ngokwahlukana kwabo. Kukangako besinako namhlanje de kube lithuba elizayo kamnandi.
Thank you so much to our OG Melikaya for the science tech news. There's so much going on in the world of science, it never stops. But lucky for you guys, Ekse Got Your Back will bring you this news every single week. Speaking of news, we're headed to the Adventure Lifestyle Show with Melissa and Lee. A lot of interesting, a lot of interesting things happen there, and we had the coverage for you guys. And please do not forget to hit us up on our social media platforms. Use the hashtag Ekse. Right now, though, let's check out what happened at the Adventure Lifestyle Show with Melissa. Take a look.
It's vibes upon vibes upon vibes upon vibes. So one ninja equals?
One ninja.
Next to me is Lee as well as Melissa, the people who brought about this amazing experience. We are at the Adventure Lifestyle Show. What I want to find out, Melissa, How did the idea of hosting this awesome event come about?
I think it's about us living the adventure. Adventure is our lifestyle, it's our passion, it's what we want to do. So we thought, let's bring all of that together and give it to the people out there.
Lee, how important bringing to the people what they want? Because, of course, this is what they want.
Look, we wanted to give them adventure. We gave them a mountain bike challenge. We're giving them a trail run. We're giving them ice cold beer on tap as well as gin and tonics. We're giving them some of the top best exhibitors at the show. I think it's important to give people what they want.
Yeah. How are these exhibitors selected?
Wow. Well, we look at the brands, what people like, what you see out there, the brands that do well. And we try to select a nice combination and offer them something for the whole family and for everybody. So you have the 4x4 guys, you have the trailer guys, you have the hiking, you have the trail running, mountain biking. So we try to literally select a few exhibitors. This is our first year, so we plan on doubling the size next year. But a little bit of everything so that we can cater for everybody's needs and what they like.
Speaking of catering, this is running for 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. How different are those days?
They're quite different. So Friday, what we decided is to not have a usual trade day on a Friday day. We went with a Friday night show. We lit up the venue, created a vibe with some live music and all of that, so ice cold drinks again. The exhibitors got to show off their nighttime products, their lights on their vans, and gadgets and gear. On the Saturday morning, we had the mountain bike challenge this morning. We had some top SA riders actually entering the race. Today is a show day until 6 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, we've got the trail run happening, 5K, 13K and a 23K, and then it's a show day up until 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And then it's a wrap.
Melissa, this event is something that everybody from your little one to the goggles can enjoy. Why should they come here next year if they missed it?
It's family. It's like we have a passion for family, being together with the people that you love and enjoying the outdoors and adventures with the people that you like to surround yourself with. So we have a toddler zone, we have a climbing wall for the bigger kids, we have something for mom and for dad.
Welcome back. You're still tuning to Ekse. We are bringing you everything science on today's show. On the Yellow Couches, we are actually joined by Dr. Charlene Janion-Scheepers, who is actually a ecologist and also an invertebrate physiologist. She's especially interested in the adaptation of organisms and how their reaction or response actually differs when they're introduced to climate change. And all of those things as well. Now, ek ken nie nog baie van die insects and that, but she's here to tell us more about that and to teach us how we can preserve them and the importance in our environment as well. Before we do check out that though, Llama went to visit the Iziko Museum where Dr. Charlene is actually at as well, and he went to go learn about insects and all of those things. So let's actually see if he went to go learn anything. Take it away, Llama.
Ekse_lives bring you the best of the best. It's another Wednesday and you science fanatic, here for a trick. Silapha outside the South African Museum, a planetarium and digital dome, which was founded in 1825, is situated up in historical companies gardens upper Ekapa, which has attracted millions of visitors by the vast historical collection the museum has to offer, which ranges from fossils to ancient insects and horoscopic tools. Well guys, the South African Museum houses more than 1.5 million specimens of scientific importance. The collection ranges from fossils, which are almost 700 million years old, to insects and fish caught last week. And for nearly 200 years, scientists at the museum have been added to these collections and studying them. And today, we are making a short left to the entomology department to learn a thing or two about these species. Follow me, it's gonna be so much fun. A lot to learn. Happy Wednesday. Follow me.
springtail is that they have a long appendage at the bottom of their abdomen called a furca, which they use to escape predators. And but they are wingless, so they're very ancient insects. They have 6 legs like other insects, but no wings.
Can anybody collect these? I understand that they're tiny and all, but
They are in everyone's back garden.
All right.
They are under the grass you walk. They are in sea sand. They are the most abundant invertebrates in the world, or at least in the soil. So yes, they are everywhere. If you look in your garden or you scratch away a bit of leaf litter, they're usually there. The only thing is they don't really like dry environments, so they're more abundant where it's wet or where there's some moisture after rain.
Why do you collect them?
So I collect them to try and get an idea of how widely they're distributed in South Africa. And we also collect them to see, do we have new species? And also we have many species from Europe, so we can use DNA, we can use barcoding methods to try and compare that, and then see how many invasive species there are. There's usually lots of invasive species around disturbed areas, but not so much in natural, pristine areas. So they're actually very good indicators of how healthy an environment is. And then I also collect them in agricultural areas. We're trying to find out how many are they and if they also can be good indicators of how healthy soil. So, but for taxonomy, so that is the identification of species, we have to go quite deep and look at characters. So for instance here, I'm going to its abdomen here. And here you can see 2 little spines. So it takes quite a while to use all these characters like spines, even chaetotaxy, which is we call it chaetotaxy. You look at the chaete on the body, so all the different hairs. So it's all very important.
Since they're in my backyard, are they dangerous or something?
Not at all. They're very beneficial. There's only one really that's a pest. And it's under control in South Africa, but they can't bite you. They are the most beneficial things in your backyard.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is Ekse. I'm a data capturer for Iziko, and what I do is I catalog and digitize all the specimen that we have at the museum, the insects.
I'm Rezah. I'm busy with digitizing of specimens for grappa nutrient.
I'm not sure about cute, but some of them look like jewelry. I think the butterflies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here to remind you about the 2 contests that are running on our social medias. Do go on our social media Facebook page, Ekse on Cape Town TV. Like and share the Facebook page. Who knows, you could win. We have 2 double tickets for the African Fashion International and 1 double ticket for the Isivana comedy show.
Yes.
What you've got to do, but for the African Fashion International is go to their website, go screen grab and comment on our social medias on Facebook as well as the Isivana comedy show. Tell us who's your favorite comedian, and who knows, that could be you sitting and watching them and laughing. Find you. All right, I think let's quickly cross over.
Yes. We need to
Of
go
course,
about
man.
these
Obviously,
cute insects.
I'm the favorite comedian that's everyone's looking forward to. But I'm not throwing any shade or anything like that. But while the people at home might have go, ugh, Dr. Charlene definitely went, oh, and we're gonna find out exactly from her where the love for insects and nature actually began. And did it just catch you by surprise, or are you killing a fly and be like, oh, but it's actually cute?
No, it actually, I always knew I loved animals when I was small. So I had this small little microscope
which was a toy. But then I was really more interested in big animals.
Yes.
I thought I would be a marine biologist or work on elephants.
Yes.
But then I had a lecturer who said to work on, on insects.
Yeah.
They're much more abundant and they're much more interesting. And it's just through having a very good mentor and just by going with the flow, I developed a passion for insects and specifically those cute springtails you saw.
That sounds amazing. Speaking of springtails, you seem to have passion for springtails, and you're of course a leading expert in South Africa when it comes to the study of springtails. Tell us more about that, and how did you get to be where you are today?
So yes, springtails, usually no one knows about them. They don't know the word springtail.
He says they are cute.
Yes, they are very cute. So they're very diverse. They're, like I said, the most abundant little animals in the soil, but they're very small. They're 2 millimeters big, which is the reason many people overlook them. And identifying them, so giving them names, is quite hard. So it's been neglected for a long time. So insects like butterflies are well known because they're so beautiful and they've been well studied for a really long time. So it was also through a mentor that I started working on springtails. And then I just fell in love with them. So for 12 years I've been just working on them and learning. I'm still learning every day. I'm learning how to identify them. And so we've discovered quite a lot of new species in South Africa.
I mean, for 12 years working on insects and things like that. And I'm sure over 12 years, you read some achievements, some moments you go, oh yes, I finally did it. Can you take us through some of the career highlights that you would like to share with us?
So I think with all scientists, or it's usually places you get to go as a scientist where you wouldn't go before. So first highlight was to go to Marion Island, which is South Africa's subantarctic island. I've also been to Svalbard, which is an island above Norway or Sweden, which is in the Arctic. So I've been to the north and the south.
Oh, lovely.
And also many beautiful places in South Africa. But I think a big highlight when I started working on taxonomy was that we found a species and we named it after Nelson Mandela.
Oh, wow.
And we found it in Table Mountain in a cave. And we named it Triacantilla mandibai. So that naming a species, dedicating a species is always special. And
of course. It must be really hard for you to go on holiday because you're there enjoying yourself and like, I wonder what we can name them.
I wonder what we can do with you. What's the importance of you? Speaking of importance of insects, and speaking of how much insects are important to nature, on 15th of March, thousands of school kids across the Western Cape went on strike to actually protest against climate change. How does climate change, global warming, affect your line of work?
So it definitely, there's been recent research that showed that about a third of insects can go extinct with climate change. So even insects, especially insects that are in high altitudes, that are risk, and especially with extreme conditions. So I mean, if a third of insects, if you think of all the services insects provide us, they are in soil. They give us healthy soil where your food grows. They give us healthy water. They give us everything you eat is basically pollinated by some form of insect. And not only bees and wasps, beetles, flies, they're all important pollinators. So if some insects disappear in the ecosystem, there can be a big collapse.
I like how she mentioned flies.
Yes.
That they are important. Are there insects that are bad and insects that are okay to have around?
I think it's basically us as humans make something good or bad, right?
Oh, definitely.
But so yes, the insects are vectors of diseases. If you think of malaria, and we don't like flies on our food.
Of course.
But in nature, flies and cockroaches, for instance, we talked about that, have very important roles in decomposition and cleaning carcasses in nature.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, the good and the bad. I think the good definitely outweigh the bad.
Of course, man.
And
to
leaves
get
everything.
rid of that 5 feet door.
Definitely. I want to know from you, most of your research is actually conducted at Iziko Museum. What is it like working there? What's the environment like?
It's really an amazing experience. Not only do I get to work on what I love, but I get to learn about all these other groups of insects.
Man.
And on a daily basis, we get to also work with paleontologists, marine biologists. So it's so diverse. So I think I love that the best. And also interacting with people,
of course,
and teaching them about the diversity.
Wow, it's like a whole holiday.
And no day is the same.
And so good that you do something that you love. You've got something next to you that you brought on the other side. Tell us more about that, because when I was looking at that, but I was like, okay, this is like dirty water. I don't
Yeah,
know.
or
What is
something.
it? This, I don't know. It's something that I can use titi on my skin.
I just brought you a sample from Iziko in the park.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
parking, I took it in the parking and leaf litter. And people don't always understand how abundant springtails are and how small they are. So there's literally thousands in this little vial.
Wow.
And can you imagine sorting through this and there's probably 5 or 6 species in here. So at the museum we really, it takes a long time to process samples to actually get to an end result which you can put a name on a species and say this is new.
Wow. There's so
Yeah.
much that you can teach us and tell us, and even the viewers at home. But I also understand that you also published a number of journals.
Yes.
Tell us about
So
that.
yes, I think on All Science we do publish manuscripts
Okay.
or articles in journals. And that's a way to communicate your science.
Okay.
So you do a piece of work or you describe a new species, and that gets published and read by a broader
Oh,
scientific
wow.
community. Yes.
And people can actually learn from that as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I want to know when it comes to the naming of insects.
Yeah.
How do you go about that? Because when Ekse visited the museum, there were species that were not named.
Yeah.
How do you go about that? Do you just look at it and be like, that looks like
A green bottle.
A green bottle. We can name that Greenie.
Yes. So first of all, probably some of those you saw that aren't identified are probably new species, or we don't have the expertise here to. So hopefully someone will work on them. But naming a species, firstly, we're trying to give it a name such as that's got a character, such as bright red or 6 legs or spots or whatever. But in some cases, I mean, it depends on the person. You can dedicate it to a person, which has contributed to the field or collected the specimen. So it all depends on.
I do hope though that there's going to be a Rezah fly flying around somewhere, anything like that. I want to know from you, for the viewers at home, and there's some kids who are thinking, but I love insects and I'm interested in insects as well. Is there any way that they can job shadow you, or how do they actually go about in getting to where you are?
So my first advice would be for if you're passionate about nature or with insects, volunteer as much as you can at places. And certainly at the museum, we are always welcome volunteers. You can contact us through the website. And also formally, if you want to do an internship for a year, you can apply through the NRF, the DST NRF internships, where you could work at the museum for a year.
Wow.
And I would say just speak to people and do as much as you can to find that passion, because there's so many careers using insects, and you might find something that you really love.
Yeah. Quickly, before we let you go, there's something, so I want to talk about something very interesting that you guys are doing, but we'll give more information on that later on the show. Right now, that of course, Dr. Charlene-Scheepers tell us more about insects. That's very interesting. I must say, I feel so educated right now. But right now, a lot happened at Iziko Museum. Let's check out more of Llama at Iziko Museum.
Okay, now I'm in Simon's office. It looks like he's collecting different specimens from Charlene's. He's a bigger. So good afternoon, Simon. This is your office. What do you collect? What do you do?
Right. They're not always necessarily bigger what I work on. I work on tiny little parasitoid wasps. So parasitoid wasps are very, very important in controlling other insects. So the adult female wasp will lay her eggs in other insect immature stages like butterfly or moth caterpillars or beetle larvae. The wasp egg will then hatch, and the wasp larvae develops inside the host caterpillar or beetle larvae, and in the process consumes the host insect for its own development. So the host will eventually die. So these parasitoid wasps play a critical ecological role in any given ecosystem in terms of controlling other insect populations. My mandate is to go out and discover new species, describe them, give them scientific names, and that provides baseline information on how many species we have out there of the different groups of wasps. And many of those wasps are actually really critically important in biological control programs. But you can't instigate a biocontrol program until you know what the species is you're dealing with.
My name is Noktula Ntleko, originally from the Eastern Cape. I grew up in the rural areas. Yeah, of the Eastern Cape, in a place called Ntlabeni or Betani in Mount Frey. Yes, I studied Bachelor of Science. I'm not gonna go back there. So yeah, I did Bachelor of Science in Zoology and Botany.
Okay, my name is Abusisiwe. Yeah, so I'm an intern here under supervision of Unogutula. So we are dealing with ant taxonomy. So we are busy identifying ants, and yeah, we are collecting stuff and we identify them. Yeah.
My focus is on ants, so I'm working here as a curator, specializing on ants. So why ndingadikwa the ants? Because this is my life. I mean, ants are it's so easy, man, to work with ants because they are everywhere, as you have already mentioned, and they play an important role in our ecosystem. Yeah, I know most people, they view them as pests, but no, not all of them. Even those that are pests, we still need to study them. So we collect them so that we can study the relationships between species groups and also between insects and environment.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Winford.
And I'm Abid Abrams.
And we are NOF interns for the Department of Science and Technology. We process these bulk samples for curation for researchers and curators at the museum.
What's more important is we don't know what's out there at the moment. So we're losing species to extinction faster than we can discover and describe them. Let me just go back to an estimation of species richness. In Africa, we have around 20,000 described species of wasps, bees, and ants. I estimate that represents somewhere between 5 and 20% of the actual species.
Yes.
So are there some kind of ants that are extinct?
Okay, not with ants, not that I know of any extinct ants, but I know with insects. Maybe I'm just still gonna show you in our collection. I'm not gonna talk about that, but there is a butterfly that is believed to be extinct that was collected somewhere in the Eastern Cape. So with the group that I'm working on now, they are still out there waiting for us guys to go out and collect them and study them. Of course, we're not collecting for fun.
You're not allowed to just go out and collect. You have to have a permit. So yes, there are laws. You must have permits. This is what I work with. So this is material this is a loan that just came back. An international researcher, he borrowed this material. So he's just returned it in this box. So from here, I mark down what is returned and I put it back into the drawers. This one has borrowed, hiding itself here. So he's lying here, he's still a juvenile.
All right.
And the reason why I keep all these live animals is because I love educating people on insects and their relatives. And then I have live meal bugs, which I serve to my scorpions and spiders.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
It's unfortunate for them, hey?
It's very unfortunate, but they do have to fulfill their function. This is what life is all about.
In your collection space, the dry and the wet, what's the difference and the significance of being dry or wet?
In the word. So dry meaning it's dry like this. You can see it's dry, all dried up. So that's the dry specimen. If it's a wet specimen, it will be in ethanol and it will be in a jar. Some specimens you can't mount like this.
Okay.
So you have to keep them in ethanol, otherwise they rot and so forth. That is why we have these two different types of collections.
Is this a bee?
That's a fly.
Wow.
I love working on this show. Yeah, I learned so much about any and
That's
everything. Now I feel like I'll think twice before I terminate the life on an insect. I don't want to say murder. Terminate a life of an insect. But anyway, on Friday we have a lipstick battle that we mentioned earlier on the show. It's happening on Friday. Please do. I was actually looking forward to it, but unfortunately I won't be available. I was going to perform Uzola back to back. Back to back. All the classics, and tomorrow more serious talks about racism at 4.
And do not forget our competition that we're running. We have one Isivana if I'm saying it correctly,
Yes.
comedy show, where it is happening this Saturday, Ekse. Do go like and share our Facebook page. We are Ekse on Cape Town TV on Facebook. Comment your favorite comedian, okay? And maybe you could win one double ticket, as well as the AFI African Fashion International happening this Friday and Saturday. There are 4 double tickets, okay, that you could win. Also go like and share the Facebook page. Comment your favorite favorite fashion designer, and who knows, you could be watching the fashion show. Let's quickly go to an ad break. After the ad break, we're going to go into the adventure lifestyle show in Northern Cape.
Show, guys, I just want to remind you that there's an event coming up happening this Saturday at 1 p.m. at Siki's shop. This is happening in Khayelitsha. Every artist is invited to come and showcase their work, and the audience, the entrance is free. So please do come party with us.
Kwaye noba uyi-artist enjani na, uyacula, uyi-poet, uyi-actor, noba yintoni na, do go and go participate in the show. We're going to quickly go and jump over to the Northern Cape to see what Llama has in store for us. He went to the Adventure Lifestyle show, and he's got a lot of further information. Let's go enjoy the insert.
It is the biggest, the baddest, and the most hip and happening youth show in the motherland. We go by the name of Ekse Live. And behind me, it is which province?
Northern Cape!
Of course it is. We take you out of Cape Town to the Northern Cape. What makes this stall special?
Well, in the Northern Cape, we've got 6 routes, and this route, we're representing all the routes on this stand. So if you come and visit us, you can come and meet all the 6 routes, from the Kalahari to the Richtersveld to the Karoo Highlands to the Kokerboom Food and Wine route. So come and visit us. We can tell you all about the Northern Cape.
Why should I come?
Hey, the Northern Cape is the biggest province, okay? And it's undiscovered. People don't know about us. We've got the Orange River, we've got the Kalahari, we've got guest houses, we've got adventure tourism, we've got astronomy, we've got my fabulous friend here who's from the observatory.
South African Astronomical Observatory.
Yeah. Then we've got John who's from the
Vetsan Nature Reserve, which is when you come to Vetsan and the sand is roaring.
Yeah.
And there's only the nature reserve, which is the sand is roaring. When you walk in there, you can do the sandboarding, you can do the walk, you can do the 4x4 hiking trail.
Yeah.
So we've got accommodation, which is for family, and we've got the bungalows. We've got also accommodation that accommodate the youth, which is they do these things.
When can Team Cape Town TV come and experience this in the Northern Cape?
Tomorrow. I'm waiting for you.
Tomorrow. John, our biggest problem in South Africa is youth unemployment. What are you guys doing to empower the youth?
The youth, they come up with the different sand around the Vetsan, which is they're doing this. And they teach by the old people, which is they've been in the area, how to make these bottles, which is the nature reserve. Buy this thing to them to empower the people. Yes.
You're coming from the Northern Cape and you're here to sell it, but how are you finding the Western Cape?
The Western Cape's always beautiful.
Are you from the Western Cape?
I'm from the Western Cape, so the observatory has 2 sites. There's one in observatory, so that village is called, or is named after the observatory. So the one that was established in 1820, and then due to light pollution, then we moved the observatory to Sutherland, which is in the Northern Cape. So that's where our research telescopes are located. And so if you visit the observatory in Sutherland, you book tours, you get to see the telescopes inside during the day, of course, because a lot of people tend to think that they can see the telescopes inside at night. Unfortunately not, because astronomers will be working at night. And then during the day, you get the opportunity to see an old telescope. And you also get the opportunity to see SALT, which is the largest optical telescope in the Southern Hemisphere. And this is the biggest attraction for Sutherland.
Okay. When can we come visit you in observatory?
You can visit anytime, but if you're going to go to Sutherland, you have to book in advance. You have to book your tours in advance. So there are 2 guided tours every day at 10:30, 2:30, and then if you miss out on the bookings, then you can do the hourly tours. And hourly tours are inside the visitor center. You walk around with an information page, and then you look at all the different exhibits. And then unfortunately, you only see one telescope, which is SALT, but you can't see the old one because because it's an hourly tour. So that's the difference between the two tours.
Born and bred in Cape Town, and I want to see and take the shot left. I want to go to the Northern Cape. How do I make bookings with you? How to get hold of you guys?
You can go onto our website, Northern Cape, or NCTA, which is the Northern Cape Tourism Authority, which is the marketing branch of the Northern Cape. On that website, we've got all the things available on that website. And then also, we do geoglyphs, which is an earth drawing, which is one of the earth drawings, which is also, this design has been painted onto the earth. It's a thinking path, you walk it, and then this gets embroidered onto youth empowerment, embroidered onto t-shirts or serviettes, and then that gets sold. So we Northern Cape rocks. You got to come.
I'm sure it does. John, we are at the Lifestyle Adventure Show. How important are shows like this?
They are very important because you meet different people, you meet with different business people. It's where you're connecting. I think the Western Cape, to do the show like this, it is very important, and it will go bigger.
Okay, can we expect to see you next year?
Yes, we definitely will come.
Meaning that next year there'll be more lollies and biscuits for me. It was nice chatting to you guys.
But for Cape Townians, we also have public talks at the observatory every 2nd and 4th Saturday of the month. So since you are here, don't miss out. There is a talk at the observatory next Saturday on the 13th of April. And it's a rare opportunity to talk to an astronomer. So an astronomer is going to give a talk for about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and you do stargazing. Okay.
Stargazing, one of my most favorite things to do. Let's go out and go see what they have more in store for us. But do not forget, if you want to be an audience member, email us on ekse@capetowntv.org or call us on 021-440-0448. Tomorrow we're talking about racism, so you do want to tune in, you do want to be part of the show. Yebo, what else do we have?
Right now, though, we are going to Dr. Fanelwa's science experiments. I just wanted to say to you, Dr. Fanelwa, I love you. I appreciate the work that you do, and you inspire me. Let's check it out.
Yes, Adventure Lifestyle. Thank you so much, Llama, for that insert. And of course, if we're now going to weekend, because we told you last week where to get the details, where to get the tickets. But it's fine. We are back here. It is SciTech Wednesday, and Charlene, Dr. Fanelwa, academic at chemistry at UWC. And of course, she's traveled all over just to show people what chemistry is about. Unjanima? All right. Otherwise, namhlanje siphethe izinto ze-SciTech, sizakwenza i-experiment. Uthe experiment ngeXhosa yintoni? Umfuniselo.
ungamkhangeli phansi uzokwenziwa nguwe umfuniselo
uzokwenza ndim but uzakuncedisa
xalela noko ungazitshisi but akho namlilo but
akho ngxaki uzasibonisa uba senzani before that. Okay, it's fine. But phambi koba siqale loo nto ke ngoku, last week winner award excellence 2019 UWC for engagement with the community. Amaqhawe ngemfundo. Firstly, amaqhawe ngemfundo for abantu abangayaziyo ngicela usixela uba yantoni, and then also ngokufumanela award ubuziva njani inside?
Mangiqale ngeaward.
Yes.
imincili ndonwabe kakhulu ndonwabisa kakhulu kuba ubonwe into yenzayo xa uthanda into uyenza ngenhliziyo yakho yonke. Kumandi xa ubonwe emsebenzini esikakhulu abantu abaphangela nabo bayibone uba le nto uyenzayo ibalulekile. Amaqhawe ngemfundo yi-organization esebenza ekhayelitsha. Okwangoku sinezikolo ezimbini but sisebenza ngophuhliso lwenzululwazi, which is a science kubantwana. Ngokwangoku sisebenza from grade 10 uyotsho ku-grade 12, and then ezinye ii-programs esinazo ukuba sincedisana nabantwana benza u-grade 12 uba bangene eziyunivesithi nasezi-colleges. Ubunzululwazi obo sinee-subject ezininji, sine-3D printing, sine-coding, sine-programming, sine-experiment ezinjena. Ukwazi ubonisa umntana into eyenziwa ngumistress eklasini, uyakwazi uba uyenze uyibone iphumelele ngaphandle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then ke ubuye kwi-Africa Research, Africa Science Leadership Program, ne? Yes, kwenzekani phaya?
Okay, phayana lena yi-leadership program under i-Future Africa. I-Future Africa yi-campus entsha se-University of Pretoria. So ndiye ndakhethwa ndangumntu number 20 or one of the 20 kwi-application is over 600 all across Africa. So into enzekayo phayana besiyofundisa indlela uba xa ufuna uba umphathi kule Africa siza kuyo ngoku le
Yenza njani?
fourth industrial revolution
Yes.
funeka ube njani uba umphathi onjani xa usebenza nabantu and nokuba ukwazi uxhotyisa uba mawukwazi usebenzisane nabantwana abancinci nokwazi uthetha ngomsebenzi wakho noluntu. So besixhotyiswa nje phana ubona kwazi uba xa uyi-scientist awuyo-scientist nje yaselab funeka ukwazi uthetha noluntu ukwazi uthetha nomntana omncinci ukwazi uthetha nomntu omdala
Babonise uba kwenziwa njani.
njalo so
But kaloku uba ngumuntu ofundisayo kunyanzelekile ukwazi ukwenza yonke into.
injalo but asifundiswa nasingxaki ke ngoku
Cela ufundiswa mna apha ngoku. Siqala
Afundiswa.
kanjani? Siqala
Okay.
kanjani? Because ndiyabona siqala sanxiba i-lab
siqale
coat.
sanxiba i-lab coat now
Okay.
into ebalulekileyo xa uzawuqala usenza umsebenzi elab funeka unxibe uzikhusele Funeka
Protection
sinxibile
first.
protection first yeah. So namhlanje siza kwenza ntoni sizawujonga into ezimbini ezinxulumene nepolymer namhlanje ngokuqala ukuba ipolymer inyikiliswa kanjani ubona esi styrofoam selapha okwesibini ukujonga into yoba kuthini na ubaluleka kwepolymer and ntoni ipolymer ke mhlawumbi for umntu omamele emakhaya iplastic uyaqaphela mosina xa ulanto ufudumeza ukutya kwimicrowave
Iyatsha,
inyibilike enye but enye yomele ufumanisa uba ayiqinile iplate
Why enye yomelele
Uyaqaphela?
kunenye?
Injalo mntasekhaya
Okay.
so namhlanje sizojonga loo nto umehluko le injani le yenza ntoni umsebenzi wayo ube ubona nalapha sinayo si-sanitary towel uba sizawubonisa ngaloo nto but ke ufuneka uqale uzikhusele ukhusela amehlo safety goggles unxibe safety goggles zibalulekile.
Safety goggles.
Fake safety goggles
Ndingazitsha because
ungathi because amehlo kalisana awukuzukwazi ungaboni awukuzukwazi uthi uyi-scientist engaboniyo ufake ii-gloves senzela ntoni ke ngethuba awuzazi uba usensitive kwintoni yabona xa
Izandla zakho awuyazi uba zawuphatha ntoni.
ewe mhlawumbi abanye ufumanisa uba umntu uyarhawuzelela kodwa usebenzisa isephu
akayazi noba kutheni
yabona
erhawuzelele.
injalo
Okay.
so funeka uzikhusele
Uba
izandla
nee-gloves.
unxibe ii-gloves zakho uzikhusele amehlo kwenzela ungaphandlwa
Okay, ndinxiba gloves now.
manxibe
Unxiba gloves now,
mistress onjani unganxibi manxibe
Njani,
nam
ma'am? Njani, njani,
manxibe nam
njani?
so yabona
Okay.
ke ngoku apha siphethe i-styrofoam apha unoba ngala siphathisa i-styrofoam into yoba i-styrofoam yeyona polymer eyenziwe kakhulu emhlabeni wonke uyaqonda uyafumanisa uba xa uthenga ifriji
irejwe nge-styrofoam, yes.
microwave
Yonke into,
nasi
styrofoam.
iketile styrofoam
Yes.
now abantu ke ngoku bathatha esi styrofoam basilahle nje nakanjani which is why sinengxaki ye-pollution fumanisa emanzini kukho iplastic izilwanyana zitya iplastic isilwanyana zasazi uba yingcali okanye iplastic rhwamrhwam iyatya uyaxhela wena igusha yakho nantsi igusha kanti neplastic ufumanisa
Ungayazi.
unomhlaza ke ngoku uyagula uphela so
okay.
sifuna ke ngokujonga into yoba singenza njani na uthathe lesi styrofoam njengoba sisikhulu kangaka sisinciphise senze kancinci
Kwenzela singazugcwala.
kwenza singagcwala that is why ke ngoku sine-acetone khawutsho bam acetone ke ngoku yona yiyo esasincedisana nathi namhlanje uba masicuthe ke ngoku esi styrofoam sibe ncinci uncedisana neprocess ye-recycling kwenziwa loo nto xa uthathe ke ngoku recycling into uyithatha uyenze into endala uyenze butsha futhi uphinde uyisebenzise ke so masiqale ke mntasekhaya yaqona sineplate yethu apha esisebenzisayo sibe nayo nebhekile ibhika ke le but ibhekile ke saniyaqaphela ibhekile le ibhekile le ibhekile le ndicela uzugalele apha ke ngoku
Sigale ngakanani?
noba ngakanana
Sigala nje.
galela nje ke
Okay.
galela nje hayi galela 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 ngoyi galela 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 galela
Joyika izovele itshise yonke
hayi
into.
cinga andicingi yhu
I-right.
sijongiwe apha ekapa mntu abasawubanjwa
Sigalela nalapha.
galela nalapha eplatini galela ke mamela ke ngoku ndifuna ke ngoku uthathe esi styrofoam usinqunqa khawube usigalela apha esinye noba uthathe esiyana
Uthathe esiyana?
noba uthathe esi ugalele sona okanye unqunqe esiya ugalele sijonge ke ngoba kuza kwenza ntoni na
Okay. Nantsi
galela
ungena.
nantsi yabo
Okay, so iyanyibilika.
iyanyibilika ke ngoku now njengoba inyibilika ke ngoku ubume besi styrofoam buyehla buyancipha but sona i-styrofoam sona
Isesiso.
isesiso
Okay.
qha ke ukuncipha ubume nje baso buba sibe ncinci
Okay. Nalapha
Ukwazi ke
siyafaka,
ngoku. Nalapha
sibone
uyafaka
inyibilika.
sijonge ke ngoku nalapha uyafaka unyibilikise khamba ndikunceda bonke skin khamba
Ukhona
ndikusikisa
umehluko ke ngoku xa unyibilikisa kwinto e-flat nakwinto e-round kanje?
awukho qha i-just that into yoba le yiplate bokhuve kuthethwa nge-surface area uba ibanzi so xa ugalela kunogalela izinto zibe ninzi apha le inde so nalapho uyakwazi ugalela uyabona ke ngoku iyanyibilika but ubumi baso abutshintshi
Kwa ikhaphi yona yanyibilika.
iyaqaphela ujongile pha iyarecycla ke ngoku wena uyayizayithatha
Recycling yonke le.
uyithathe so uyabona xa uyithathile uyinciphile uphinde uyibumbe futhi
Okay.
basistyrofoam mhlawumbi ke uzokwazi uzibhakisha kakuhle zibe ninzi zibe zincinci
Okay.
zibe zininzi ke
Alright.
eyesibini ke ngoku
Eyesibini?
eyesibini apha sithetha ke ngoku nge-sodium polycrylate i-sodium polycrylate ifumaneka sondela ke mntakwethu sondela 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 i-sodium polycrylate ifumaneka kumanapukeni ubone mosikhimbi umntana chame
inapkeni
yomkhulula ufumanisa uba hayi womile
Okay.
Sodium polycrylate ke le ibambela amanzi ifunxa lamanzi.
Oh, ifunxa lamanzi wala mntana xa ichamile inside kunapkeni.
Injalo.
Okay.
Nabantu besimame ke ngoba kuxalela nabo ngoba xa besebenzisa i-rental iyafunxa.
Okay.
Yonke into ephuma ngaphakathi emzimbeni. So ngosifuna ujonga into bana yenze kanjani lo.
Okay.
Uyaqonda? So ndicela uthini usigalele u20 apha.
Gala amanzi apha.
Ubhekile yethu incinci ugalele ume pha ku20 ke mntana sekhaya. Ugalela pha ku20. Eke? Ugalele ke ngisodium polycrylate
apha inside
apha ngaphakathi ke
gale ngakanani
awungayigalela yonke namsebenzi
yonke
ungayigalela yonke
waye ngathi yityiwe
ewe yityiwa
abantu abangayazile sodium ityiwa
sodium ityiwa so uyabona ngokudityaniswa yityiwa apha kwadityaniswa neplastiki ke ungayidibanisa ngoso uzayibona into ba izawuye idibana iqine yiyo ke lento sithetha ngako so kwenzeka lento ke ngokwela napkeni lasana yabona kufunxeke onke lamanzi yabona kufunxeke onke lamanzi lento sifuna ke ungayibamba ke gloves uphathe gloves so ungayikhupha sibonisa abantu emakhaya basenza njani apha sibonisa abantu emakhaya yeke yabona ke ngoku nanso yiyo ke le
so yiyo le inside kwinapkeni nepads soka up yonke
thatha yonke babumanzi ke ngoku thatha bonke babumanzi ibubambe ke ngoku imnandi
sense krelekrele
so ngicela uthini ke ukuze undigalele lamanzi amancinci ugalela apha kule sanitary towel ke sibone into ba izawufunxa na yona ugalele nje yabona ifunxile yeke
so the same thing inside
yiyo ke le so ndiyobona ke ngole kit size nayo apha namhlanje sifumana kuzo zonke izinto mama le acetone leni iphuma kule kit nayo ndiye ndithi ke kodishali ba ukhona utishali obukele ngokanye umfundo obukele ba ayozifumanele le kit yakwankazelo
because
inento yonke zonke grade 10 grade 11 grade 12 zonke experiment ezifuna umntana wesikolo zifumaneka apho umntana azenzele ezinye izinto njengalena ke iyakwazi ukwenzeka ekhaya umuntu uyosithengele acetone yakhe kwa Clicks okanye nakwe pharmacy
so lena would be ayinofana because inuka ingathi ubona lanto Cutex yiyo ne
iphanga phakathi
ingaphakathi kuyiso ingayisebenzisa nayo as part of
injalo
yazi
ngokuthona ngenza science
ndalahleka
okay sizakuthatha ndihamba nawe
cela sibabhabhayise quick just njengoba sibonisa uba sizawuhamba nyanyani namhlanje
siyahamba.
Thank you so much Dr Fanelwa has given us all the information usibonisile uba iscience krelekrele nyanyani niyayibona nani ndiphethe esandleni sami otherwise siyabhabhayisa kola cala noqabam.
Thanks for joining us today. Oh man, that I've got Dr. Fanelwa alongside with Dr. Q the Black Rose. Yeah, she's a doctor, guys. Just it's amazing. Some science experiment there. I love Dr. Fanelwa, guys.
I love her so much.
Why do you love her?
Always with her.
Because she's amazing. She's our resident scientist, darling. That's how we roll right here on Ekse.
I think I love Dr. Q more.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Q has been doing the most. Dr. Q is...
But on Friday, it's a lip sync battle. What do you guys have prepared for?
Well, it is local songs though, and I am, just so you know, the reigning champion of the lip sync battle. Now I'm saying,
he's been
but
saying
I chose
this the whole show.
No, it is. But I'm the reigning champion, and I chose a local song by my cousin. I can't say what the title is, but
Ew, mine is a surprise tune. Same time, same place on Friday.
While I won't be performing, I will be there listening and chilling and seeing who's the baddest and who's the worst and who's the rightest. I don't know, but you guys will be performing.
I have to be the baddest.
And of course, a quick reminder, we are giving away 4 double tickets to the After Fashion Show taking place this weekend between the 12th and 13th of April. If you want to win, visit their website, screen grab, go to our Facebook page at Ekse on Cape Town TV. Do what you gotta do, comment there with the screenshot and name one designer showcase.
We are out of here. See you, same time, same place.
I swear.
Monday,
Thank
Friday,
you for tuning in,
Ekse,
guys.
4 to
See
5
you
p.m.
next week.
And the stars in the sky. I'll be there.